Hi, this is Illuminated Readings, and this is going to be a tarot reading for the sign of Capricorn between the 25th and the 31st of August. Let's begin. Capricorn, I'm getting things might be a bit unintentionally a bit messy this week for you. Things that you might have thought you've organized or sorted out might not be sorted out or organized. It's something a bit unexpected. Um, Interesting, very interesting. Capricorn, coming into this week, I see you have been. I'm recording this a bit late, so I see coming into the week, you've had some sort of ending. It's quite painful ending that you've gone through. I see you loving, having some sort of feelings towards someone, and it's not been reciprocated in some kind of way, or you've just had a breakup of some kind, whether that's relationship or career. Um, and I see that you really cared about whatever this was. You cherished it a lot. Um, but all of a sudden it seems like it's not meant to be, and you're really upset about it is what I'm getting. You're very emotional once this ending has happened, which has probably happened, so I'm doing this reading a bit late. But I see you sort of, really hurt by whatever this is. It's hurting your heart. Your heart's breaking. You kind of like you really cared about whatever this was, and it's like you've been betrayed in some kind of way. I see this ending here is very heavy on your heart. um, you know you've got this and this. This is very heavy energy, and this is how you feel. um, I feel like it's yeah, you thought this was something special to you, and you do still regard it as something special to you, but it seems it's come to an end. I see you starting off the week, um, healing yourself, trying to let go of whatever this is. You're transitioning, you're trying to transition, um, and let this, whatever the situation is, let this go. You're trying to release it almost into the wind, is what I'm getting. You're sort of like spending maybe more time in nature, trying to heal yourself, get your mind together, and release your emotion of your hurt. I see you doing this alone, spending time, maybe speaking into the universe, or just getting it out or writing it down. I see you speaking it out when no one's around, like the pain you're feeling inside, and you're sort of being ferried in this journey at this point by spirits that care for you. um, they're sort of helping you on, transition from pain to happiness. I see, like, here in the Six of Swords, you're sort of like, the ship here is made by spirit. Spirit's made this ship for you, and you're sort of on this boat that's been made for you. Um, Whether you realize it or not. Um, but I think you do have a feeling about it. And if you almost get that you don't really care, um, you're just kind of going with it. This is the energy you're currently in. So this is I'm doing this reading on today's Tuesday. So Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday. So you're probably going through this energy right now, but don't worry too much because you're gonna be in a lot. You're gonna be in much better energy really soon. You're gonna be a lot more happier within the next day or two. Is what I'm seeing. I see you being like, you getting love from the divine. The beings, these spirits that care for you, they're showering you with love, and you're feeling divine love. You're in a state of harmony with yourself. You're not fragmented within your mind. You're because it happens when you go through a really harsh heartbreak. This is really harsh heartbreak. At the beginning of the week or coming into the week, and it's a lot of times when people get into that energy, they sort of like, this is how you are right now. Well, coming into the week, this is how you are. Like, you're really like, you're holding it. You're like, I thought this was special. I thought this was for me. You don't care about nothing else. There's nothing else around her apart from, she's by the shore basically. And there's just water all around her, and she's sitting on this throne. Again, you're being looked after by the spirits that care for you. They're showing up here too. But you're going to be in this energy of being harmonious. I see your masculine and feminine energy is going to be balanced. Your inner child is going to be balanced. You're being almost showered with this divine love. I don't know in what form. You're being given inner strength and resilience. You're being given inner strength, and through this inner strength, you're going to realize you're resilient, and it's going to calm you. It's going to calm you a lot. These spirits that look after you, they're going to give you inner strength. I don't know in what way. They're gonna give it to you. It could just be you just wake up one morning and you just feel a lot better. Just generally, you might be doing astral work when you're sleeping. You might be traveling in your dreams and stuff. You might not even remember what you do in your dreams, but you're doing some sort of way. You're getting this. It's almost like a download that's coming in for you, and it's transforming you, and you don't realize where it's coming from. I see your root chakra almost on fire. Your root chakra is almost going to be on fire. Whatever this situation, heartbreak is sort of throwing you off. It's really throwing you off. This is why Spirit has had to make this boat for you, so you can transition. You wouldn't have been able to transition without this boat because there's too many emotions. There's so many emotions. It's like a sea, and there's no current in the water, so it's hard to, when you have a boat and it's on the water, there needs to be a current for the boat to move anywhere. But if the water's still, you can't move anywhere. So I feel like there's so much water and it's just piling up, and it's just a lot of emotion, just a lot of pain, and what you're letting go. So you're transitioning, but wherever you're doing, whether this is consciously or unconsciously, you're gaining inner strength, and this is helping you realize that you're resilient, and it's going to allow you to be a bit more calm, a lot more calm. You're going to believe in yourself a lot more. I think whatever this heartbreak is, I think you're coming to some sort of conclusion that you're going to realize that this is not the best thing for you. You're going to realize that, as a being, you've progressed quite a lot. To be able to recognize that what this was for you, whatever this situation, whatever this ending was for you, it's not good for you. But you have to have that. You have to have that wisdom, is what I'm seeing here, to be able to understand that, and you have that wisdom here now, to be able to, and you're noticing and recognizing it and acknowledging this progress, um, that you have come so far. I see you here by the end of the week celebrating. This is really good energy for you. You're going to be celebrating. Pardon me. You're going to be celebrating your harmony. You're going to be in so in harmony with yourself that you're actually going to celebrate yourself. You're celebrating yourself. You're thanking yourself. And it's a good thing to do, to be honest with you. I feel a very strong Saturn energy here. I feel like this, you might be having a Saturn return, or you might be having something in your. Have a look and see where Saturn is in your chart. This is something that feels a bit karmic, if I'll be honest, that you're going through. But you're transforming through this, is what I'm seeing. On the other side of it, by the end of this week, you are going through rapid movements. Actually, to be honest, because it's not easy to go through something like this, but you are somehow. This is like probably the most painful energy, if I'll be honest. It's like full on. Ending of like betraying and pain. There's a lot of pain in this kind of ending. There's a lot of pain. But I see you on the other side being very happy with everything and celebrating yourself. You're feeling more at home within yourself. And this is allowing you to move more easily into future endeavors. I feel like your challenge for this week, well, I can see it, to be honest. Your challenge for this week is to not let the pain overwhelm you. Some of you, this is a general thing for. It's not for everyone specifically, but it's general. Some people will allow this pain to take over them. Some people will not allow the pain to take over them. But this is your challenge for this week in general. This is what's blocking you from moving forward, by letting the pain overtake you. By say, look, you got the Saturn energy again here. If you let the pain overtake you, you're gonna feel sort of like a sense of loneliness and worry and tears. You might be crying a lot if you allow this to overtake you. I just see like your aura almost being like anguish. It's very red, and it's just like almost like energy, a very emotional energy around it. It's like tears almost around that energy. And I feel like if you stay in this Three of Swords energy, if you allow the pain to overtake you, whatever this ending is, it's gonna keep you, obviously feeling a lot of pain, and that's gonna lead you to feeling lonely and being in some sort of grief, or and feeling, and not just feeling, but you might be crying a lot. I feel like you need to recognize that you've put in a lot of hard work within yourself, I see you have been putting a lot of work in um, the higher and lower realms equally, meaning your self and your shadow self. You've um, been putting in a lot of work. Um, yeah, I see almost like a duality here, where like you feel balanced, but you're not sure you're balanced. You know, you feel like you're moving forward, but you're not sure if you're moving forward. It's really strange energy. But you're very determined, and your will is very strong at this point. I think there might, I think there might be a lot of noise around you. That noise in terms of people and things that might be distracting you during this week. I feel like you shouldn't be in this, allow things to distract you. You can spend as much time as you can alone. When you're healing, you can't heal around people because what you're going through, they don't have an inkling of what's going through your mind and your heart and your soul. There's many things that are happening all at the same time. But for you to actually heal and release whatever it is you need to release, this is a journey you have to undertake by yourself, which I see you are doing, and spirit's helping you out here. It's like spirit's here, the ferryman. There's no current in the water, but the water is really deep, and the only way you can get across is on the boat. And I feel like if you have people around you, it's going to make that boat heavier, and you're not going to be able to travel. It might even sink. I think just be mindful of who you spend time with and what is going on around you. Yeah, you need to be careful of who you're surrounding yourself with. I feel like you need to be mindful of the people around you. I think they might be annoying you more than you realize. It's affecting your energy. I see you almost like trying to almost not conform to a way of being that's not right for you. It's almost like you're kind of in agreement with what's going on around you rather than what's going on inside of you. I think what's going on inside of you is more important than what's going on around you. And I see you, sort of might be pushing your feelings a bit to the side because of this. I also see that you might be gaining some sort of spiritual wisdom by recognizing this, by going more internally and going through the Six of Swords energy. I see you gaining some sort of spiritual wisdom that's allowing some sort of opportunity to come in for you. This opportunity has got something to do with your finances, is what I believe. It's something that is very lucrative that's going to enable you to be exactly who you want to be on this planet and live the way that you want to live. I feel like whatever this is kind of whatever this energy, this ending is something that you've had to let go of because it's almost like divinely orchestrated. I think most situations in everyone's lives are divinely orchestrated. If I be honest with you, just the way things happen in life are they're not very linear, but they are coherent when you look at the lessons and you look at the things that you learn and the way you learn them. They almost, it's almost a cycle in a way where you have to break the cycle. Break the cycle. You're breaking the cycle now, and you're transforming far beyond what you have been. Yeah, you're gonna be very clear. You're gonna be very clear, and you're gonna have a lot of. You're gonna be able to express yourself a lot easily to yourself, as your communication is going to be a lot better as well after this situation. The most important thing to note is your clear thinking. You're going to have a very clear mind after this situation. It's almost like you're letting go of karmic baggage. And once you let go of this karmic baggage, I see you sort of donning your armor and taking on the world, so to speak. Not in a revenge or vengeful way, but as in a way of me. I want to find out who I am, and I'm going to use my power to get there, which I see you doing. Your willpower is going to significantly increase. Like, this is you coming into the week. You're very down and not feeling so great, and this is you. In the future, just towards the end of the week, early next week, you're really taking the reins and taking control of your life, and you're healing at the same time as you're doing this. I see you're following the stars. You're following your star, your North Star. I think you're really trying to find out your destiny at this point. Well, this is end of this week, early next week. I see you. It's almost like a fairy tale, not fairy, like a fairy tale sort of energy. It's like you're believing that your dreams will come true, and they will. I see that they are going to manifest because you're being honorable and you're taking the authority in your life now. Whatever this situation is, this ending is that's happened, I feel like it was some sort of lies, deception, betrayal that was happening to you. It was some sort of, they were being, you were being deceived basically, and you were stuck in some sort of daydream about people. This is people around you. This could have been friends, family, whoever, but people that you thought you enjoyed the company of. They had you in this daydream, and they were betraying you and lying to you about what it is that what it is, what the situation is with you, what your relationship is with them, or if it was career, there could have been a job, they were selling you lies and empty promises and all of this, breadcrumbing you, yeah. I think you're going to realize all of this by the end of the week. You're going to realize that, it's like I see you almost pouring from one cup to the other, like in a way of purifying. What they do is like when they filter, when they put one and they put one liquid into another cup and it's got a filter. It's like something like that. Like you're filtering out as you're, mixing back and forth. And I think the liquid itself is you, your life. You're sort of purifying yourself at this point, and you're being led by your intuition. I see your third eye might be really activated, and it might be it's pulsing, is what I'm getting. Your intuition is pulsing. So yeah, I'm going to leave your reading here. There's nothing much to worry about. I mean, if you're in this energy right now of healing and releasing, just know within a day or two, you're going to be feeling the Ten of Cups energy. You're going to be feeling a lot happier. And this is coming in through Spirit. Spirit's going to give you this strength, inner strength in your astral body, while they're dreaming or while you're awake, consciously, subconsciously. You will be healing without you realizing, and you might just wake up one day, tomorrow or the day after, and feel a lot happier. You're going to feel in harmony. You're going to be doing things that you really enjoy. But just know there's brighter days ahead of you. You're on the right path. You're going towards what it is that you desire. There's a lot of major arcana here, and there's a lot of major arcana in your past too. And so it's telling me that, I mean, there's only one in your past, that the fake people that were, sort of breadcrumbing you, but you have a lot of major arcana here in the future, which is telling me that this is a divine path that you're on. This is a path to finding yourself. Maybe you need more willpower at this point in time. Maybe you've been too much of a people pleaser, and pleasing people too much, being, agreeing with everything that everybody does, and sort of leaving yourself last. But again, it's something very heavy to do with Saturn. You might be having a Saturn return. If you're like 28, 27, I think it's 27 to 30, 31, something like that. If you're between these ages, have a look, see if you can get it for free, your Saturn return. And but I do feel a very strong sense of Saturn here. And Saturn basically teaches us about lessons. And, the planet Saturn, it comes, and Saturn's also a god. So you need to realize that Saturn's teaching you these lessons for a reason. It's something to do with your karma. And, because when good things happen, if you're not in a place and in a position within yourself that you can handle things effectively, you'll lose everything faster than you gained, because there's a lot more people here that have eyes on people that have things than people that have eyes on people that don't have things. So I feel like this situation, I feel you're quite ambitious, because obviously, this energy where you're coming into the week, you really cherish this. If you really love what you love, whatever it is that you love, it could be anything, you can always find new things that you love. But whatever you love with a pure heart is what I'm seeing in Capricorn. Like, you really give a shit about things in your life that mean something. You're not wishy-washy about anything. And I see that blessings are going to come for you, and yet, the first stage is your harmony inside of you. Once you're more harmonious within yourself, you're going to be taking more new steps towards a brighter day, and this is all happening really quickly for you within the next, this week and next week. So just stay tuned and drop me a comment. Let me know how things go for you, and what it is what the situation might be. I'd love to know whatever this painful situation is. But yeah, I'm gonna leave your reading here. If you did like the video, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned.